got my shot. So it's like, now it's like, all right, everything's on the line. You know what I mean? If I win, I get to move on. I get a chance at these $1 million. So it's important. So anything important, you put a lot of time thinking about it. A lot of preparation, and you want to know how it's gonna go. So
Does nerves stop at the bell, or does it take you a minute to settle in?
Usually by the time that bell comes and you start exchanging, man, it's pretty much out the window. During the fight, there's spurts of trying to figure out. With me, usually if you hit me, and it was like that with football. If I got a hard hit, will wake me up. So like if I'm in a fight and you land a couple of nice ones or whatever, wherever it happen to be, then the switch comes on. Like, oh, okay, my turn. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back. You scored on me. I gotta score on you. You know what I mean? I gotta be the one, putting it on. And that usually gets me to go forward a little more.
Good. It came back up.
Right. So the question I had about that too, because you were talking about feeling the nerves and everything. I mean, can you obviously feel your heart rate, like just climbing?
Sometimes, like when I sit and I really think about, like, the only time I really felt my heart rate do anything is, I think it was like the day of the fight, and I was just watching film, and I was like putting myself in there, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be there, like I'm like, mad, like I don't know. And then that was the only time like I felt, I was like, what the heck? Calm down, you straight.
Yeah.
Straight. But it's just weird, like what the body does, man. What your mind can do, like like I said, once you get in there, all that stuff leaves. It's like all right, let's go, touch gloves. Okay, let's go. We doing what we want to do. We came to do, because you can think I'm there for like a whole week. So a whole week I'm sitting there around everybody. We there at the play location. I'm away from my normal routine at home and stuff. And it's like you got more time now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all that's like building. Then you see each other at the weigh-ins, and you squaring off and taking pictures. And then you see each other again the day of the fight. All of y'all meet up to go to the arena. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, you in the back getting ready. You got to see the doctors. A lot of times you go to see the doctors in the order of the fight. So you see them again, going to go see the doctors and stuff. So it's like, okay, yeah. And then finally you get in the cage and get it and it can pop off. So
I was going to ask about that with seeing the other fighters and all that, right? Because, I mean, you're all in the same place, right? Like, how does that work? Like, do you build relationships with these people? Is it not even? It's not on that level.
I mean, a little bit, like with me and Alex, we already have a relationship before this. So every time we see each other, we just kicking it.
Talking, each other.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. And then you got the other guys who, like, you watch fight that you didn't even fight yet, and you see them fight and stuff. You're like, hey, good shit, good fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You dap them up, and they're like, yeah. And then you see them again. And, you walking through, you head nod and stuff at them and stuff. You see them around. And then, because you don't know, because you could be fighting them the next fight.
Right.
You could be fighting them down the road, but, at that time, you're not fighting them. So it's like, so it is what it is. For the most part, everybody in the fight world, we respect what they're doing because we know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We know how rough this is. We know how the sacrifice you got to make to do this. The grind you had to go through to do this. You know what I'm saying? What the emotions you going through you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're doing it too. So usually that's like a bonding thing. You know what I'm saying? You bond well with the other fighters because you respect what they going through. But at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna be bumping. So I think the closer it gets to the fight, the more like the warrior of it is like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna see you. So usually weigh-ins, that stare down, it's like, okay,
right,
it's going down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty tight, man. I'm usually cool. If people want to get a little jolly or they want to turn it up, I'll turn it up too. We can get to talking,
Yeah, what effect does that have? Because I know a lot of people do it, right? I mean, it's like the Conor McGregor style, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do it. I mean, sometimes wasted energy. You know what I'm trying to say?
Sometimes you can get in people's head. It's like you just play basketball at the park sometimes, and somebody will start doing pretty good, and they get in their ear talking. You throw them off their game. So it kind of works like that with some people. With me, all you do is spark a fuse for me, and I'll go in there and I'm ready to bump. I'm even more trying to take your head off more.
Right.
And with me, I'm focused with it. I mean, I can see how some people it'll mess them up too. They're overzealous with their strikes and they'll get off balance maybe. But on me, you piss me off. I don't have really much a negative reaction with it. Like I'm gonna press forward. My defense is usually pretty good, so I'm gonna press forward. I'm most likely gonna counter what you do, and I'm gonna throw something heavy. And if it lands, If I land my right, most of the time you're going to sleep. Like, throughout my career, since I was an amateur, a straight right, a right hook, right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I land my right hand to your face, 9 times out of 10 you're going to fall. So I don't even have to throw it that much. I throw some jabs, some leg kicks and stuff, and I'm trying to set up the right.
Right.
Trying to set up that right hand. And if I can land that right hand on your chin or your temple, you're gonna go to sleep. So
yeah.
I pick my placement on him.
So this next guy you got coming up, it's pretty cool that they do it right away, right? I think it was the same night.
Yeah, same night. Because it's the bracket,
right? Yeah, that's right.
1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, etc.
And did he fight before you or after? I felt like he fought after.
He fought the last fight of the night.
He was the last fight.
Yeah, and he beat the Ishii by a decision. He needed to win that to get in also, so that was big for him. He lost to Gostov, the number 1 seed, the number 1 seed. So if he needed to get that win, so that helped.
And he barely made it by going the distance, right?
Yeah, he went
less
the
points.
He went the distance, so he got the 3 points, but that just got him in because you got to think there's how many fighters? 12 fighters, and only 8 makes it. So there's gonna be a couple people that will only have 3 points that to make it.
Right. Which I'm glad you got that first round knockout because you didn't. From that point on, you were in.
Yep, that's about create my own destiny.
So very, very, very cool, man. I mean, we know you, so we got we can talk about everything.
All right. Hell yeah.
Kevin, what are you quiet over there for, Kevin?
I finally got everything fixed.
Oh yeah.
It's nonstop every week. Something goes wrong.
It's always an issue. We need to hire like an intern who doesn't even want. They got to pay us to be here.
Right. Yeah. You gotta get this education, right?
Yeah. You give us $50 an episode. You can sit here and hang out with us.
Yep.
Bring your own booze, and
and officially ruin your future career.
Yeah. Yeah. You won't be able to get a job anywhere.
Yeah. You'll put this on the resume, and they're like, no,
never
absolutely not.
You're kidding.
So we were kind of talking offline, and if you don't want to go there, we don't have to, Mo.
Yeah.
But so what's it? So now going into this next round, you can add sponsorship and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I got my 2 slots open back up for my shirt and my shorts now.
Okay.
So now obviously we're on ESPN. It's gonna be on ESPN plus ESPN2. All the highlights, reruns, all that stuff on the social medias. Like my last fight just had over 22,000 views since Thursday, so that's pretty.
It's spectacular. I was watching it when it had. I was telling Kevin, I pulled up the clip and it had like 45 views.
Yep.
And then I refreshed and it was like 60 something. When we're talking seconds, and then all of a sudden 140 something, 600 something, 1,000 something, and then they're just like,
we've been dreaming of that for this show for a year.
Yeah.
We're like 2.
And then the next week we're like, yeah, we got another one.
2.
But yeah, so
people are looking at that stuff. They're searching that stuff. They want to see it, man. They go crazy over it.
Yeah, especially knockouts, man. And that's what I do, bro. Like you look at all my PFL fights, first round knockout, first round knockout, first round knockout.
And if everybody goes to PFL, if you go to PFLMMA.com, the very first thing you see is Mo's face right there. I love it.
Boy,
I love it. It's
fastest KOs.
Fastest KO. So explain that. What are they doing here?
Yeah, they got the thing now with the PFL. They got these chips they put in the gloves, and it tests the speed and everything on your punches. And I've recorded the fastest speed this year so far. So, what I'm saying? We my hand speed is one of my good attributes, man. As a heavyweight, man, I'm fast, man. I'm real fast, and I'm very powerful. So that's a good combination for me. And that's why I end up with a lot of knockouts. It could be a knee, a hand, a foot. You're going to sleep.
I love it, man. Bro, I was watching the speed on it, and I was trying to explain to Kevin, I mean, at 22, 23 miles per hour, that's got to fucking hurt.
Yeah. It's like getting hit in the face with a rather large rock.
Yeah, I mean, like, the vehicles drive that way through the neighborhood. It's like jumping in front of one of those.
Yeah. This truck coming around you.
Yeah.
It's like someone just throwing a basketball at you while they're driving by in a car real quick, just clocking you in the face.
Do you get points deduction for kicking somebody in the nuts?
Yes, you can get deducted. If it's most of the time it's incidental. They'll give you a warning, but if it happens more than one time, it's going to be a point taken. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you just did it. Like, you must be trying to do it. Like, you're not even tightening up. You know, so I mean, but for like he didn't lose no point for that. It was incidental. So
Okay.
I mean,
if he had gone out and done it again.
Yeah, if he came out
Yeah.
and he hit it, he landed it again. You know what I'm saying? Then it would have got on him and took a point. And if he did it again, they probably would have just canceled it. But we didn't want none of that. We didn't want no disqualifications. We didn't want no walkovers. We needed that finish. So,
Yeah.
You got it.
People was like, oh, you can wait for 5 minutes. I was like, nah, I'm gonna use this. Put me back in there.
I do have to say something. I just found out that as good of a fighter as Mo is, I hear he's not very good at beer pong.
What?
Oh,
That's what I heard. I heard Mr. Lester said that
Jeez.
he can't play beer pong very well.
Ask him how many championships I had at the sport. Somebody tagged Sherm English on here. That was my partner. He
Oh, yeah?
break it down. We won a bunch of them.
I think we should have a beer pong
we should.
like tournament.
Let's do it.
I'm
I'm
thinking-
an all-around athlete.
So, so after the season, when does the season start back up again?
Season starts back up. Usually we have the finals New Year's Eve, and I think they start back the season up in May.
Okay,
So you get a little break.
little break. Yeah. So we should come up with an alternative sport championship.
Golly.
Yeah.
Obscure Sports Weekly.
Yeah, and we should see what other sports a
Right.
champion can dominate in.
Oh man, you put me on a basketball court.
No.
You put me-
That's too
oh.
physical. That's too physical. I'm thinking like
Beer hole.
As long as it's not.
Ever
a
play
marathon.
beer hole?
No, what's that?
no.
You,
Sounds
it was a
kinda
Natty Light game that used to come with them like 2-3 years ago. You'd buy a 24 case, and they had the instructions on the side of the box. It was essentially like cornhole, but it's called beer hole.
Oh,
And you throw your empties into this hole in the box for points. And that was a game, and I was actually good at that. I'm good at stuff that doesn't matter. Just to let you know.
I'm
That's
thinking.
what's up.
I'm
Me
thinking
and my brother
flip
was
cup.
having. Me and my brother was having a daggone Connect Four intense battle.
Oh, my
See, I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
We was going there. We was talking about we was gonna set up brackets next time.
Yeah, Connect 4 can get pretty heated, man.
Heck yeah.
Dave and Buster's has Connect 4 that is the size of the wall behind us.
Nice.
It is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it like a digital thing or?
You actually throw a ball at it to be able to make it go down. So you have to be able to throw the ball and make it where you
That's
want to
really
make
cool.
it.
No, that's
So there's a physical attribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Which he doesn't like, right? He added the physical attribute.
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
talking
we're
about
done.
the one that watched the fights with us the other night?
My brother. Yeah.
That was the one?
Yeah,
That's
fine.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
He hit me up a little bit before I came here, but I was gonna hit him up, tell him to slide through, but I forgot. Phone. That's right. My phone died. That's what.
so okay. So what's the go-to game in the household if you guys are doing? I know because we talked a little bit before about video games and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah.
before that, so what's the go-to like board game or do you have card game or something
To
like that?
decide things. I mean, I would decide things. You already know rock paper scissors takes
Of course.
president. But yeah, like my kids, man, they're digital, fully digital. So we hopping on Jump Force or something. You know what I'm saying?
How old are your kids now?
Joseph is 8 and Malik is 6. I'm trying to teach them. Like took them to my parents' house. They had some Scrabble and a bunch of other stuff out. So we just played the Connect Four. But,
Sure.
But it was cool watching them play and stuff too. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna introduce more of this to them.
Yeah, my kids go nuts over War, and what is the other one right now? Shoots and Ladders.
Shoots and Ladders.
Shoots and Ladders or Candyland. It's one of the two.
Candyland is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They played Candyland with us one time. They like that a lot too. And
Uno,
Uno, they love Uno. They love
Uno's a blast, man,
Yeah,
and I like
yeah.
Uno
Me
too
Oh yeah, I like Uno.
because it's a little more involved.
I don't play any of the any games.
No.
You didn't play no
No.
board games back in the
I
day?
never did when I was younger though either. So like where you have
Monopoly?
this like
Battleship, bro.
Battleship was pretty cool.
I used to play Battleship.
Played it at school.
battle shits.
Battleship.
Shits.
Who was that from?
I forget
That's
what
from
the
Harold
two chicks-
Kumar.
Yeah, it
Harold
is.
Kumar, right? Yeah.
Harold Kumar.
That's awesome.
The twins,
You
right?
sank
Yeah.
my battle shits.
Oh God, that's so
good.
nasty.
He's like hiding in the bathroom and there's the two girls doing it. Yeah, that's great.
Was that the cock meat sandwich too?
Oh
Where-
man.
I don't know.
You ready for a cock meat sandwich? I don't
Jeez.
want your cock meat sandwich.
You know, Mo, your other sport that you love, I would think from how you talk would be football second, right?
Yes.
So,
football.
are you as excited as I am that is actually going to be on TV and you don't have to see golf on Sundays anymore?
Oh, boy, I'm so excited. Also, I'm excited because, high school football is back on. I'm coaching over
Friday Night Lights.
Coaching over at Space Coast, man. You gonna see
Are
me
you?
on the sideline with my headset on.
Running back coach, right?
Yeah, running back coach over there.
And I heard Diesel's helping out. Well, senior.
Yeah, the Daniel Senior is there. His son is Coach Matt.
Yep.
He's the head coach. And so Pop's going to be out there. That's one of my coaches coming up. You know what I'm saying? I actually work with him on some side, not-for-profit stuff. But, yeah, he's awesome, man. I love their family. I'm coaching with two other guys that I played football with, semi-pro with, and when we won the championship. So it's cool to be coaching with them now, too, on this end of it, man. It's a lot of fun.
So when do you sleep?
Very late.
I was going to say,
very brief.
I talk about how busy I am. I think I might have met my match.
Well, Mo's doing stuff that, it's
kind of like I got gaps in between.
Yeah, some gaps, but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to be out there for practice, and you
yeah.
can't just sit there.
No,
you got to actually get up.
I'm some of these guys I'm coaching. I've coached when they were younger for a while, and then I coached a different position when they was in high school. I was coaching linebackers at one point in the D line, but now I'm coaching the position that I played that I love the most, and I love to coach it. And none of these guys had a running back coach throughout high school. So it's like now I'm really showing them what to look for, pre-snap, how to hit the holes, what angles to come at it, what to look for to break off of a block, So it's cool watching them sit there and learn it and soak it up, and and then get into practice or the game and start executing. It's awesome.
Have they reported yet? Is it season yet?
Yeah, season. I was there for the first week of practice, and then I had to go to Jersey last week. And so I'll be there tomorrow. I'm excited to be out there tomorrow.
Oh, they're gonna be stoked to see you too, man. That's gonna be fun.
All the coaches was messaging me about it and stuff. Huh?
You got any young studs?
Yeah, man. We looking good this year, man. The quarterback's a stud. Chris and his brother is a wide receiver. Both of them are studs. The Squires, Chris and Mikey. Mikey's my dog. Mikey's the workout warrior. He's a little one, but he's a beast. He's a little beast. And then you got CJ at running back. Also. Who else? I got D. I got Crab Cakes and CJ.
I like crab cakes.
Yeah. He's a little. He's like 205 pounds. He's laying people out, man. He's my big back. And D is about 185, 190. He runs that ball powerful too. CJ about 180, running powerful, fast. I like my running back core, man. And then some younger guys behind them. We got a couple DBs that are pretty good. The running backs play linebacker. Willie Taylor Jr.
Nice.
Is a beast. He's a beast at linebacker. Man.
I really appreciate that every single person of value is over at another school coaching instead of the one we all went to.
Yeah. And it's
like scrutine's by.
But this is what happened the last 2 years, man. A lot of stuff was going on that that kind of sabotaged the whole team and the program. So it's like.
Oh no, I'm just joking.
I'm just speaking real. And then a lot of the coaches ended up going to Space Coast when the job opened up. Once Matt left, the two coaches that I brought with me, the two guys I played football with, they came and then they weren't able to do what they wanted to do. And so when Matt left, he said, "Hey, y'all can come do what y'all want to do." So they left. I come back in town from working in Philly, and everybody's gone, and the head coach steps down, and everything's a mess. Yeah, everything's a mess. I'm like, and so I'm starting to stick around for the kids that's there that had me as a coach and all the other guys as a coach that I had left, and then they ended up pretty much leaving too, and then Space Coast had been hitting me up ever since the coaches left, trying to get me to come over. I mean, they weren't on it, but they would let me know that hey, you can
come over.
You can welcome to come over. Like we would love to have you, but we're not going to sit here and keep trying to recruit you. And then after the intern coach, he quit too. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go coach the kids that I was coaching before. I'm gonna try to help them. They're about to be their senior year. I'm gonna coach with guys that I wanted to coach with, that I brought to come coach with, and I'm gonna have fun with it. You know what I mean? So,
man, if you can have fun while working, I think that's honestly the key to life, man.
Yeah.
One of the keys, I guess.
I have no keys.
I got the keys.
I lost my keys the other day. I couldn't go anywhere.
Jeez.
I could not find my keys. So I was texting my buddy. No.
I don't need. Wait, No, I do for this car.
So
I don't have a spare for my wife.
No, I'm texting my buddy, and he's like, "Hey, man, I lost mine like a while back, and it cost me $280." I was like, "I'll just sell the car."
Nah, yeah. I almost had to pay, like, I had to call Papa Lock because I lost my key to my Mustang, and then I saw first I tried to hit a Mustang, like, oh, we only go 10 years back. I got an '03. And it was like, okay, well, I was called Papa Lock. Oh, yeah, it'd be like 200 something. I was like, $200 something dollars? I was like, what?
Break the
man,
damn
I said,
window.
heck no. I went back to Walmart, looked around Walmart one more time, checked in there, checked the customer service. Oh, yeah, we got it. I was like,
Thank God.
I was like, thank you.
I want to tell you a story about this, and I still am baffled, like absolutely baffled. So I got into a fight with the person I was with. This is years and years ago. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment. Like, I could cook eggs from my bed. I walk in, I've got the key, and we're fighting, and I go, screw this, and I throw the key straight up in the air, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing in this apartment. I had no money.
Yeah.
I barely had a couch. An hour later, I go to find the key to give to her so that she could leave. It is gone. Never got found.
And you say you didn't have no furniture or nothing for it to be.
I mean, I had like a futon. Remember them stupid things?
Yeah.
That was my bed and my couch.
Yep.
Because you can come over and hang out on my couch, and it's my bed. Because
Aren't you special?
I know, dude. This place was so bad. The coldest the place would ever get was like 79 degrees, and that was like
Not cold.
awful. Trying to sleep in there was awful. And then it had a backsliding glass window.
And this was when? What was this?
Oh, this was when I was 19, so
Okay.
I would have been 2002.
2002. Oh, damn.
Yeah. So,
I wasn't even in Titusville yet. I was still in Panama City.
oh, let me tell you, my first place, it was off Garden Street. I won't name exactly where in case somebody lives there and I'm calling their place out. But this place, I got robbed by my neighbor, who was a
I know
crackhead,
where you.
and sold my Xbox at the time because I had no furniture, but I owned an Xbox, of course, because, priorities.
Yep, yeah.
But
I
he sold
had a
my
TV
Xbox.
and a PlayStation way before I had a couch.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I used to. There was no cell phones really back then. I mean, a couple people had them, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I used to have to choose between paying my landline bill or paying for my cable, or paying for the internet, or paying for electric, or water. And let's be honest, the water got shut off the most.
Yep.
What? Yeah, right.
Because at 19, I was an idiot, and I figured, I'll just use the hose outside if I have to.
Yeah, you don't need to bathe as much.
I realize that the hose is probably
Well water.
Yeah.
You're washing yourself down
Like
with reclaimed.
what is it, reclaimed?
Yeah.
Although
Reclaimed
that stuff
shit
is
water.
not that dirty. I was reading a thing about it. They're allowed to have a roach leg worth of contaminant per, 50,000 gallons.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Steven asked if my nuts going to be ready by the next fight.
That's all that.
So, Mo, that's
They're
a good
fine.
question.
They're fine. My nuts are okay. They've seen better days, but they're fine.
I think that's the first thing he said when we talked. That fucker hit me
Right in the nuts.
right in the nuts. The only thing he hit was my nuts.
Yeah, he tried to make it seem. One guy asked me, he's like, "Oh, y'all seen it like hit your leg and slide up or something?" Like, no, it hit no leg,
No leg.
all nuts, all just no leg.
That hurts, though, because I was a catcher, and obviously you wear a cup. You don't get hit directly in the goods, but it hurts because it hits right around it.
Yeah, and then
And it hits hard.
and it cup moves.
Yeah, it does.
Too.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to stay in
Nah, it
place
moves.
perfectly. What holds it in? Is it in the
Jockstrap.
shorts?
Jock strap, yeah. No, not, yeah, it's in jock strap shorts or whatever. It's in,
That's why it's moving on you. I got to tell you, because I'm a catcher, so I
You got a jock strap, huh?
I
got it in the
had
compression
to.
shorts. Yep.
because them shorts will move left and right, and that's when you get the problem.
I feel like, yeah. And like when I played baseball and I played catcher too when I was little. And like you said, we had the jock strap, so when it moved,
I wasn't leaving home without a jock strap.
Now, but I've been using this so long, I just never really got hit in the nuts, and now I was like, okay, we're gonna figure something out. We're gonna figure something out. Me and my dad's working on a patent now too. We're gonna try to do something.
Yeah. The nut case. You guys got it. I'm confident that you'll work something out. Man, I know a lot of this, man. Anything you want to talk about is fine, but man, I just want to be here celebrating with you is fun.
Man, for sure, bro.
So cool, man. The whole city's pulling for you. I don't.
Oh yeah,
if they aren't, then you need to.
It is, man.
Yeah,
they had a party at the Irish pub showing the fight and stuff too, man.
So cool.
My buddy Richard Jones was up there. He messaged me we going nuts at the pub.
Yeah.
Oh shit, whole place going nuts. I was like, hell yeah. I got back to when I got back to work, because I bounced out the gator. I go there, Jen's like, hey, we was going nuts with the fight. I was watching on my phone. Everybody was watching on my phone. I was like,
bro, ESPN. You know what I'm saying? You put on ESPN, and look, they do a good job with production. We had a conversation about that, man. They put some money into it.
Oh yeah, they put a lot of money in it. They took some money from us.
Yeah.
So they put some money into it.
The quality's good. Like, so, you mean, the pictures that they were putting out on Instagram, give them some shout-outs, because I stole their picture today. But,
you did put courtesy of or something.
Yeah. So you got to, give them a little something.
They're not complaining. They want their brand to be everywhere.
Yeah, they're growing. They've been around since 2012. I didn't know they've been around that long.
Yeah. They World Series of Fighting. Yeah.
Okay, and then,
that was the one, and then it changed to the PFL last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so last year was the first year that they did anything.
But the promo now with ESPN, I mean, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. So when we're talking about things like, like sponsors and stuff like that, that's what I remember. Kevin and I were talking about it, like the old UFC fights. Yeah. It's like I almost forget about the times when they didn't just say Reebok on their shorts.
Yeah. Before, and that's when fighters could eat, because it's like especially the early fighters, because early fighters might not be getting paid that much for the UFC, but they had a freaking $100,000 sponsor that was putting their stuff on a flag or something. So
right,
that was pretty cool. To have the opportunity. So it's cool that at least the PFL, they don't give you as many. They don't give you too many. They give you two. So it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
So I can't complain. But it's just awesome to have the opportunity. And I got a couple businesses that I know, some people personally that I work with them that I've reached out to, and
very cool.
Reach out to a couple more, and if anybody hits me up, we'll work on that.
Do they give you requirements on like the size and stuff like that on the shorts?
Yeah, they have all the dimensions and everything. If you watch my last fight, you can see where the logos were or whatever. I had one on the back, and one on the front. My brother's company, Rafino Eyewear, was on there. It was on there on the front.
Well, heck, why haven't we been plugging that?
Yeah, plug it in. Rafino Eyewear. I tell you last time, we could plug it. We got to. He's my first sponsor.
Shades or
sunglasses. He got I got to get some more. He's gonna start pushing out more. Right now we have the aviators. He got the aviators right now.
Nice.
And we're gonna get some new designs. I've been trying to get on. I'm like, listen, man. I'm like, you understand? Like, start.
We need to replace that other company, anyways.
Yeah.
We had a company that'll go unnamed that, sent us some stuff to represent, and then just completely acted like we didn't exist again.
Yeah, I just sit there and feel like a bum, asking them for the stuff they sent us.
Yeah.
We're not worthy, I guess.
Yeah.
I lost them in the ocean.
It's fine.
They saw what you said. How you saw it. It was like
they probably watched the show. Let's be honest.
2 viewers.
Did you?
Next day, 3.
We ever tell you the Barbasol? Do we ever tell you the Barbasol story?
No.
So I forget what we were talking about.
You went off on either.
But this was before they were even a sponsor.
Yeah.
Before they were even a sponsor. They said something about... No, they didn't. I said something about running, and we were joking around, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to shave my nuts with...
menthol.
With Gillette or something like that. Yeah. Right? And somehow, I think John had sent that clip to them. And right away they were like, "We'll sponsor you guys." Yeah, I was like, "We're not that big, bro, and nobody cares about what I'm shaving my nuts with."
Whatever you want to shave your nuts with us, go ahead. We got you.
But they were like, "Don't use Gillette. You have some Barbasol." Anyway, did you tell them about the comment that went through, Kevin?
Yeah, I was gonna let you know. So Logan Walker says, thanks for teaching me everything I know in football and wrestling. You're an amazing guy, and we all love you at THS. So, evidently, you have changed some lives. That's awesome. I don't have anybody that would ever write me something like that. I'm just going to let you know.
I saw this dude at Target today. He's a local celebrity, man. The guy couldn't take 10 steps without 3 different people catching up to him.
Yeah, you don't need a man. I got a couple people. I don't know how that happened.
He pulled a Frank.
Watch the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I said, I've been here for a while. I know a lot of people.
Dogs here.
Made some decent impressions. I hope. But yeah, coaching, man. Coaching was a blast, man. It's when you see them, actually learn and put it into practice.
That's a huge thing.
And get better off of what you've been working with, man. it feels good, man.
Especially when they, like he just said, remembering stuff that you teach. You're like, that's all I asked.
Yeah. Exactly good. Yeah, exactly. It's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had a good impact on their life. I had a couple good coaches that, you know what I'm saying, I always will remember, you know what I'm saying, because of this, you know, just little conversations or the way they believed and pushed for you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that helps to develop your morale and stuff and confidence and stuff like that later on in life.
Dude, confidence is so big in youth, man. Like,
especially nowadays.
Yeah, especially nowadays. But that's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't proceed with sports looking back, the way I wanted to. Mm-hmm. I didn't have confidence. You know what I mean? I wasn't familiar with, like, my teammates, my coaches. I wouldn't go out and try. I was too scared. And looking back, man, I really wish I would have more.
And that's why, you know, and even I try to, like, sometimes when I look, like, when I'm out there and I see a couple kids who are not as really involved or you know, speaking up or anything like that, I'll go up to them and then pretty much put them on blast. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's looking at them and stuff, so just be talking to them and stuff, and, you know, come over here, man, jump in, you know, we're going to do this. You know what I mean, and stuff. Just, you know, to get everybody comfortable, build a confidence, and tell them, no, hey, you can do it. You just say you break it down. You know, when if they're not sure what they're doing, explain it to them, make them, you know, do it a couple times until they get a little comfortable with it. And, you know, tell them, say, see, you can do it. You didn't think you could do it, but you can do it. And they're like, dang, you're right. Okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this sport. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Their confidence is boosted. So now they're more eager to go. They're more eager to come to practice. They're happy there now at practice and stuff like that.
Right. They feel like everybody wants to feel like they're part of it. They're
exactly. Part of a team, doing man.
Something. Mm-hmm. And when you're not, you know, it's a terrible.
And that helps you socially, man. It helps
you
socially a lot. It helps you get out of your shell a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely noticed that. I definitely noticed that in high school, that everybody who had been, like, on teams and with each other since kids, I mean, everything just seemed a little bit easier. They always knew people. They always remembered people. You know, they had that forced friendship.
And me, I've always been, I moved around a lot in my youth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I've always been the person who didn't know nobody, really. You know what I'm saying? And I know how that felt. You know, and nobody knows you. Nobody, you know, you, like, kind of like afterthought. You know, and many times I went from that to being known and then move. Because nobody knows you. And then after a while, being known and then move again.
Did you find that sports helped you
away? Sports are what it was, because, you know, wherever I would move, I would get into basketball. I'll go start playing basketball there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I'll meet people while I'm playing basketball. And then, you know, sometimes it's rough a little bit on the basketball court. You know, they start calling you out or try to size you. People, you know, especially if they don't know you. But then you ball on them and beat them, and then they're like, oh, snap, who's this guy? Oh, yeah, he's our teammate. Yeah, it's cool. We're going to be good. We're going to be good this year, you know what I mean? And the next thing you know, now everybody's hanging out. And I have always had a couple brothers, so we would come to the court. It would be at least 3 of us, you know what
That's
I mean?
Nice.
So, you know, we just need one more person to get a 2-on-2, you know? And so, like, you know, being able to, you know, play sports always allowed me to meet people, you know what I mean? And now he's okay. Now I know somebody. Next thing you know, I'm meeting somebody else, and I meet somebody else. And I was never really a dickhead or anything like that. So, like, I didn't rub nobody the wrong way or nothing. And I always had some sides to me, so people was like, "Oh yeah, you need to come chill around, hang around, keep him around a little bit." But,
well, it's cool you've created a legacy, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, in a shorter period of time, because it's not like you're old. Most people, it takes a lifetime to create a legacy. So that's what I strive for. I want to be able to where people maybe in the next generation remember me, and you've done that. You've created something that you should be very proud of.
And it's still working.
I mean, honestly.
It's still working.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that kind of goes back to MFC too, man. So, like, what's the legacy? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish with that?
I'm trying to grow that. You know, we're starting off right now, obviously, you know, on the amateur level, you know, but eventually one day, you know, we're going to work on, you know, trying to get some pro shows and stuff like that, get guys up. And who knows how far I go. Maybe I stay at a regional level pro card at different places that draw a lot of attention, and it's a feeder pool to people like the PFL or UFC or Bellator. Or shoot, who knows? Maybe it blows up and it's just as big. You know what I mean? But it's part of it is the formula. And me being with the PFL now, you know, I'm observant of everything that we're doing. Just like how I was when I was an amateur, I was observant of what all the promoters did. Why is it successful? It's successful because X, Y, Z is being done. You know what I mean? What's X? Okay. How is production working? Okay. As far as ticket sales and the business aspect of it, you know, getting the fighters there and having them winning the fight. You know what I mean? So there's different levels to it, and you know, and the same thing with that. It's just growing. It's getting better. You know, as we do it, I'm probably going to do another one, another MFC probably mid October or mid-November, depending, because I'm doing another show in January, probably late January, so I'm trying to find a date that's not too close to that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm fighting October 31st, so I don't want to
Let it get in the way.
when I'm getting in the way of my fight too. So in about a week or so, I'll probably have a closer date to.
That'd be cool, man. Let us know.
Yeah,
We'll help
for
you
sure.
promote it. I think when you look at the amateur rankings and stuff like that, or the ranks, I should say, it's like they don't always, they bounce around, right, wherever they can find a fight or whatever. So I mean, do you see MFC being a little bit more like a regular venue for amateurs, like more frequently fighting and stuff?
The shorter term goal is to be able to have show 3 or 4 times a year at multiple spots in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I may have 3 in Brevard County, 3 in Volusia, 3 in over in Tampa or whatever. Somewhere, find different locations to do it, and to where it's a machine.
Sure.
You know what I mean, we got fights. I got 9 fights a year, maybe. Say we got 9 fights a year, but in different locations. You know what I mean? But at the same time, and then now I'll have more opportunities for the fighters to get more fights for one, and then also be in different areas, man. And it's been going good so far. It's getting better. Definitely now as I'm growing into fame, it's going to bring more attention to what I'm doing, and being that I'm putting on the fights, because it goes hand in hand. So I'm just trying to build it now, and then as the more successful I get in what I'm doing, the more successful my show can get.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I was thinking about that too. I was like, man, I know being an amateur, it's got to be tough. Traveling, I mean, you're not going all over the place to fight. You can't afford it.
Exactly, you can't afford it, and then plus, like, you're not allowed to get paid, So,
right.
But I'm starting to find different ways for at least them to be compensated for works that they do. So, say if they're, I'll probably maybe give them some stuff to promote the fight. Pay if you get out this many flyers or this many signs up, I can give you this. If you come do this photo shoots whatever for us, we can give you this. We got these sponsors that's going to donate these supplements for you.
Right. These, make things a little bit easier.
Yeah, so I'm trying. That's what the immediate thing I'm working on. Also, is finding ways to, because this is a rough path, especially as an amateur. Because you gotta sacrifice time to train, which is taken away from time to work. You know what I mean? And then you gotta take time off of work to go fight. So if I can compensate some of that time back to them, then I'll definitely try to do that.
Well, I have a great idea, by the way. For a future exhibition, I think you and I should get them big blow-up punching, like, balloon. You know what I'm talking about? You can get them, like, they're the gag gift, but they're huge gloves.
Like an intermission type thing, exhibition.
Yeah, me and you should just go at it in the middle of the ring.
Or sumo suits, man.
Or me and Ryan. Ryan.
Pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be down.
Favale?
Yeah. let me go out there with them big freaking blow up inflatable gloves and just go to town.
You got to throw it out there now. That's what you got to do. Is you got to. That's how you promote.
He said he wants some. I guess he's taking off Favale. I think y'all in different weight classes though. So
it might be.
He told me he's a pro. My butt,
he's a pro now. He's a pro now. So like, you might not be on that level, bro. So.
I'm not. Hey.
I don't think even a pro can fight you, bro. It's like being a black belt and getting arrested for slapping somebody
with these weapons.
Yes.
Speaking of which, man, I know we were talking earlier, but my son cracks me up. So he's gonna be 5, and he was wearing his. He just got out of the shower. He's wearing his bathrobe, and he was like, "You want to see my secret weapon?" And like rips open his robe, and I'm like, "Oh my God, no! What are you doing?"
Oh man!
And he was like, "I got the Force," and I'm like, "Yeah,
the Force is strong."
The Force is strong.
You get it from your father.
Hey, Ryan actually just joined. I was just saying, Ryan, that we need to fight with inflatable gloves. I'm talking about like the big ones, at the new. It's MFC, right?
He can't. He's a pro, so he won't be able to fight.
So he really wouldn't be allowed, though? That's for real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing. You're a pro, you're not allowed to fight on an amateur.
Not even if it's just a joke?
You could do like an exhibition per se, but you got to get the commission to sign off on it, which they're stringent about. But I mean,
it's got to be more so.
You have to really convince them that it's not a serious fight.
What if we fought like Star Wars people with pool noodles?
Well, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean... I think that would also be
that'll fly. We can set that.
It'd also be a good time.
Yeah.
Do you have I know someone was asking earlier, like about like rituals or routines, like for fights and stuff. Do you have any?
I mean, like I said, we usually get to the location for like about a week. So we usually like check out the restaurants, like the really good restaurants in the area. Go see whatever sites is around a little bit, and then the one thing that I do is I always binge watch some series on Netflix that I can't usually do at home because either my wife doesn't like it or I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
And it's usually anime too, because she is not trying to watch that. So I'm usually binge watching anime. And if my buddy Blake makes it out early enough, we sit there in the room and just binge watch. We like binge watch Attack on Titans one time. We was binge watching Devilman Crybaby. I already saw it all, but he didn't see it, and it's nuts. This show is, for any anime fans out there, dude, this show is nuts. Totally nuts. It's dark.
What's it called?
It's called Devilman Crybaby. It's on Netflix. It's so crazy. It's just so ridiculously nuts that it's hard to not watch. Like at first, I was like, "What the hell is this I'm watching?" But it just gets so crazy that you just keep watching it. But so that was a good one. We binge watched My Hero Academia, one of the fights we did. That was a good one. I think I'm probably going to binge watch some One Piece because people keep telling me to watch One Piece and I haven't seen it yet. So
I'm like laughing and smiling from ear to ear because all I can think of is like. These are like dad problems. You know what I'm saying? It's like these are like grown up.
I don't got time at home with the kids and stuff. But hey, I'm out here.
What do you do before every big fight, bro? I try to binge watch everything my kids and my wife won't let me watch.
Yeah. Well, I can watch all my my foreign martial arts movies that she's not wanting to watch. First of all, because it's not even the genre, and second of all, she hates subtitles. So it's like. I could watch it. I grew up with my dad watching subtitle stuff that didn't match up with the mouth.
we were just talking about that, bro. We were watching. We were talking about it the last time we did the fight recap. Mm-hmm. That Bruce Lee was it Fist of Fury?
Fist of Fury.
It's not even his voice. No, it's like some white dude's voice.
And he's trying to sound Chinese and too. That's the funny part. Keep the dub English. Then he's trying to sound Chinese. He's having like a Chinese accent as he's talking.
Oh, it cracks me up so much, man. And bro, then I looked on your on Instagram the day you got home, the pictures with the kids, man. They were so excited to see you.
Oh yeah, that was cool. They was happy, man. They had me smiling. It came with signs and stuff.
Yeah,
they wrote all over the van. On the way to be going to Vegas, baby. $1 million fight coming and stuff too. That was cute.
I love it, man. Yeah. It's real cool. And you were telling us too. I didn't realize. I was looking at the schedule. So your next fight, if you win your next fight, you fight same night.
Yep, same night. You got 2 fights that night. The first fight it's a single elimination from here on out. So you fight the first fight. It's a 2-round fight. So if you come out really aggressive in the first round or win the first round, you're more than likely to win. As far as the rules from last year, you might have tweaked it a little bit because some people would win the first round and run the whole second round, which they didn't like. So I think they're gonna, they might change it up a bit. But you get 2 rounds and then 3 rounds for the second fight because the boxing commissions only allow 5 rounds a night at the most. So that's how they got away with having 2 fights.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's you fight and then about an hour later at the most you got to fight again. It might be 45 minutes. I think one dude fought 45 minutes was his time between. And but yeah, man. It's gonna be lit.
45 minutes, man. That's kind of.
You gotta hope you don't get hurt. No injuries.
Man, that's nuts.
That's right around the time that adrenaline wearing off.
Sure.
You start feeling them nagging little pricks.
You get that dump. Mm-hmm. That adrenaline dump, and you just some people just need to pass out, take a nap, refresh, ice bath.
Some people are different. Some people might just want to go just walk around and keep moving. So before it happens, some people like that. Me, I was always a sleeper. When I was wrestling in high school, I would have a match. Then I would finish it. I would go lay down. Wake me up when it's almost my time. Wake me up, stretch, get ready, wrestle again, go back to sleep. Bro, so I'm probably going to sleep. If I do win that first one, I'm going to jinx it.
Last year when we did that run, we were in the RV and I was waking up my buddy. I'm like, hey man, my buddy GQ. I'm like, hey, you got to run in like 30 minutes. He just kind of wakes up. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. It's probably like 3 a.m. or some shit.
That sounds terrible.
For real? Okay.
So Ryan wrote me on the personal messenger thing.
Yeah.
And told me that he is allowed to bare knuckle fight me in jiu-jitsu. That is allowed.
Combat jiu-jitsu?
Yes, and that he's also going to be fighting, defending his title in November for Rise of a Warrior. And I'm like, I'm not a fighter. I wasn't being like
He's doing what he said?
He's doing Rise of a Warrior.
Who?
Ryan is.
Doing what in Rise of a Warrior?
Defending his title.
Defending what?
I don't know.
He's a pro now. He can't fight for the Rise of the Warrior.
Maybe he can do it in bare knuckle.
Maybe he's doing the bare knuckle, combat jiu-jitsu or something, maybe.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Now,
so unless I want to fight...
palm slaps, right? Is that what it is?
Like palm slaps.
I like watching that.
I think they can punch to the body, maybe. No, I'm not sure.
Well, you can't close fist punch somebody?
Just
I think
palms.
it's palm strikes.
Still would hurt.
Palm strikes hurt, yeah.
You ever watch Boss Rudin fight?
No.
Just
I'm not trying to get hurt. And whatever I do, I'm not trying to get hurt.
You better, I mean, it's always a possibility.
I watched. UFC had posted a clip of Brock Lesnar's first fight when he like jumped on a dude's back and was riding him like a fucking cowboy.
That's a heavy
you remember
man.
That?
What happened now?
Brock Lesnar's first fight in the UFC when he was there's transitioning and he was basically on the back and he just goes like this.
Remember he played for the Vikings?
I didn't
for
remember.
a brief time.
Yeah. I think he got cut, but he was on the preseason team.
But he made it to the preseason team.
He's so fucking big.
Oh yeah, he was a national champion in wrestling, I believe, too, or something like that.
Who?
He was at least an All-American.
Here's a pivot point. It's what I want to know from Mo and you, because I haven't asked you this question. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
I'm sorry, you're asking me?
It's hard to say without watching nobody play. On paper, I'm saying the Browns.
I want them to win, but I don't think
I doubt it. Their culture, they have no culture there with football. I mean, I really doubt they win.
I still think it's the goddamn
It's hard
Patriots.
to go against the Patriots because, I mean, they always do it. I don't see it happening, but you never know. They always piece it together. Like, every year when they make it, in the beginning, it's like,
if you got Brady and Belichick, you
and
got
they find somebody to swap in. Like, they don't have Gronk. They're going to find some stud somewhere, a tight end they're going to get and move in. You don't know who he is now, but by week 6, everybody's going to be saying his name.
They could pick Frank up and he'd be the best in the NFL. That's just how that team works.
Look how they
It's
work.
crazy.
They got the guy from lacrosse, Chris Hogan or something like that. Nobody know who the hell he was. And he just came in there. Next thing you know, he's balling. They get Wes Welker. Nobody know who the hell he is.
Well, Dolphin
he's
fans
balling.
knew who he was.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We lost him.
Yeah, I remember when they did and they lost him. But, I mean, he still wasn't eating like that over in Miami.
No.
No one does really.
Well, they also didn't have anybody throwing to him either.
Yeah, true.
So that helps too. I honestly think it's going to be probably the Chiefs.
Chiefs,
what I'm thinking.
Chiefs is a good pick. Chiefs did well last year too. Actually, they froze up. They faced the Patriots in the playoffs, right? They lost to the Patriots. Didn't
Yes.
they? Yeah, and that was like an experience.
But that's
thing.
Mahomes' first time in the.
Oh yeah,
and
he's a
playoffs.
baller. Watching him and Buddy from Cleveland, man. Those are my Baker Mayfield. Him and Baker Mayfield, they just did the damn thing. The future's looking bright for them boys. Those are the next top quarterbacks. Hall of Famers right there, bro. If they stay injury free, the way they playing right now,
it's going to be serious. But you know who got robbed and probably would have won the Super Bowl? New Orleans.
New Orleans, yes. That was the team I thought would have the best chance because they had people on the team of that caliber. When I saw the Rams made it, I said there's no way in hell they win. They don't have nearly the experience just for that moment.
Very tough.
You got the Patriots had like 20 plus people that have been to multiple Super Bowls on their team. You know what I'm saying? That's just another day for them. But you got all these guys who is on the Rams. It's like they had 3 people that might have been to Super Bowl before. I didn't even know one, but been there. So it's like you got all these nerves going. You got all this. I knew they was gonna win. It was crazy. Like it was crazy how they even made it that far. That was big for them really just to even make it there. But I knew there stood no chance. I said the Saints would be the best team to do it. Drew Brees being an amazing quarterback, the Hall of Fame quarterback that he is. Their defense was eating good. I mean, look at Drew Brees. In their offense, they've always been top-notch offense year in, year out. Drew Brees was always my fantasy football quarterback. Because I always land them later on because people pick up Brady or whoever else, and I scoop up Brees. I'm like, yes, we good.
At some point, he comes in the clutch, man.
Always, man.
Dude, there was one year we had a double quarterback league. I don't remember how it happened. Nice. I ended up getting...
I did one of those too before.
It was so weird. I ended up getting Phillip Rivers and Drew Brees, and they're two fantasy monsters.
Yeah.
Like
Phillip Rivers,
5,
the
7
way he
years ago.
throws the ball just aggravates
He's
me.
gung ho. He don't give no damn. He like
throws it from like
he
his
remind me of
shoulder.
Brett Favre kind of.
Yeah, very Brett Favre like.
You guys know the comedian Adam Hunter by any chance?
No.
You know he is. He's I think he's from California, but he's doing stuff with the PFL now and stuff like that too. He does different. And he did a thing online where he was like roasting fighters, like he was doing the matchups for the fight we had coming up, and he said he was talking about my fight. He's like, yeah, man, Mo, he was a high school wrestler, state champ. He played for the UCF. He played football for UCF. This guy's just hit so hard. He hit so hard he knocked his own hairline back, bro. I was dying laughing. I was cracking up. I was just cracking up so hard. But man, he just messaged me now, seeing if I want to do a podcast with him Tuesday.
That's awesome.
That's awesome,
but
man.
that's cool, man. He had me cracking up, bro.
That is very cool. That's really fucking funny though.
Until somebody takes
I was
offense.
laughing. I was laughing.
They're gonna
my
be
ass
looking
off.
for him.
Yeah. But it was funny because people were like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, he's brave right there. And I'm like, man, it was funny. If it wasn't funny, then yeah, but it was funny. So I laugh at it.
One thing I love comedy, man. One thing I like about it is it's like the last profession that things are still like not off limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you can still just be.
You can touch all kind of topics for the most part, as long as you make it funny.
As long as you make it funny, right? You can't.
Funny.
The second you get serious,
Yeah, you
about
get too
it,
serious, then you screw up. But if you can keep it funny, you can get whatever message out there you want.
anything you want. Like, and I'm like, racist, like insanely racist stuff.
You can do it. You keep it funny. Like you keep it funny, you can slide. You get a slide with it.
Yep.
And, you know, like who was it? I was watching.
Catherine Madigan is the worst. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
She's got the black husband, and she's always like she's straight up just awful.
She's bad with it, huh?
She's funny.
I like the self-deprecating, like racist stuff. So what's her Ali Wong? You ever see like
Ali Wong, yeah,
Cobra.
she's funny.
She
Yeah,
cracks
like
me
when
up.
people that do it on their own. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny. That'd be cracking me up too. She's funny. I watched the special on Netflix. I think it was on.
She cracks me up. It's so funny. She does one every time she gets pregnant.
Yep.
It's like, all right.
She be saying some crazy ass shit on there too. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, pushing it. They push it. I love it.
Mm-hmm,
I love it, man.
Like,
Because
she clowns herself a lot too. Like, you know what I'm saying, like she'll clown herself, or like she'll start talking real dirty and stuff. I'm like, jeez.
yeah.
She goes in.
I
feel
like
wrong watching it. Like who's?
Right,
I
yeah.
look around to
Look
see.
at Who's my wife?
And I'm like, it's not.
That's gotta be the
This is-
hardest
this is-
job.
This is not porn. I swear. It's just I'm
Being a
watching
comedian?
comedy.
Yeah, like because it's just you. There's nothing you can like if you're a guitar
There's no
player, you
team.
can hide behind the guitar.
Yeah.
But there's nobody, just you and a mic and a lot of people. Could you imagine the pressure?
That would be crazy.
I mean, but some of them are just so good. Like
You know-
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dave Chappelle, he's still my favorite. And like even now that since he's been back, and I love that whatever topics he's trying, he'll give the conversation that he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But he'll still slay it and have you dying laughing.
Yeah.
He even brought OJ up and made it funny.
Yeah.
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 He said it to him like I got five OJ stories. I'm gonna
I
drop
saw
them
that.
throughout the thing. You know what I'm saying? He killed it.
But I love how he brought him in. Like someone be totally off the wall. Like he'd be talking about his dog or something. And like, and my third story about
Yep.
OJ. Yeah, you haven't seen that one?
I gotta
Oh,
watch
it's
it.
so
That's
good.
good. You
I gotta watch it.
The Netflix
Chappelle's
specials,
good.
2 Netflix specials that he did. I think he like sold them for like $60 million or something like when he got back. It was awesome.
I like when he's talking
Dude.
about having to take his kid to another comedian show.
Yeah, the Cat Williams or not,
Yeah.
no. It was Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and he's like, and
yeah.
his son is so in love with Kevin Hart, and he's like, "I do this shit too, you little bastard." And he's like talking about how expensive the tickets are, and you know Chappelle's got tons,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he does live below his means.
Yeah.
and he's like,
He lives out in like Ohio, like out in like just on property.
He's like, you can tell he's saving it for future generations to come.
Well, I mean, if you ever listen to him speak, you know what I'm saying. This is the type of person he is. That's kind of like why he even left out of the game when he did.
Where he left
because he's
Yeah.
like, man, I'm not gonna have y'all like tell me what to do. Like, this is my show. I was wanting to do it like this. You trying to offer me all this money, but you trying to make me do the show. And you know what? Guess what? I'm leaving.
That's the funniest show on TV.
And then he came back, and then he did those 2 Netflix specials and got his $60 million for him. And you know what I'm saying? And I was so happy about that too, because I was like, man, You know, because people try to run his name, you know, down when he left and stuff. And I'm like, nah. And he was doing some private shows around too. Like he was just doing private ones and stuff like that. And I peeped some of them. But he cracks me up, man.
He gained some size.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got way bigger. You haven't seen him. Oh, he's like built up now.
Oh, he was in that movie too. What was that movie with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. Which movie was it?
The
country movie.
Stars Born.
He was in that one.
Born, yeah.
I watched a little bit of it because we had to leave, but
he's Bradley Cooper's friend. Like he comes in later in the movie.
Okay, yeah. I saw some of the beginning. I didn't see the whole thing.
Well, and I don't know if you know, but so he and Joe Rogan are doing these like I don't want to call them pop-up comedy shows, but they're not scheduling them too far out. And he and Joe Rogan just did some crazy show. Awesome. They just did like a 25,000 person stadium.
I believe it.
That's crazy.
Joe's hilarious.
Joe has a huge following right now with those podcasts, and then obviously it's Dave Chappelle.
And Dave Chappelle's not even online, you know that?
Yeah.
Like he's got no social media.
If he did, he'd be bigger than Joe.
Yeah, he's already.
Oh, I mean, he's cemented himself in it, but like he just doesn't. He doesn't really.
There's people that don't know Joe Rogan that know Chappelle.
Yeah.
Chappelle's on the level of the greatest comedians of all time.
Yeah.
Like he could say his name in the same breath with Murphy and
you know
right.
Eddie Murphy's got
between
a
his movies. His movies was hilarious. You know, Half Baked was the shit.
So
dude.
funny.
That was like one of the. I had Half Baked Friday and I forget the other movie I had, but when I was in college, when I got to college or whatever, and I kept them on. I mean, it came out before I got to college, but I still just had it. You know what I mean? In my dorm, like I had to have those movies. Like Dave was cracking me up, especially the TV show, man. When he was the Ku Klux Klan guy, dude.
that
shit.
I love how he divorced his wife.
He said he divorced his wife because he found out she was a nigga lover. I was like, what?
I didn't say it.
That's
I was like, what?
He went so overboard. And then the racist dolphin flipper.
One of my favorite stories about that though was when he said he had said something about. He's like, you know, shit gets out of control when you're like at the zoo with your kid and someone just comes up to you.
Rick James,
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Yeah.
He's like,
whoa.
He's like, chill out,
Charlie Murphy.
I got my kid here with me.
I got my kid's here, man.
He's called me a bitch.
Right? James, bitch.
Get your feet off my couch.
Fuck your couch, nigga. Hey. That's so funny, man.
Dude, she was so funny.
Charlie Murphy
the
was
real
so
world.
funny.
You see the real
Charlie
world
Murphy
one?
was good.
Yeah, they worked good together, but the real world one was funny.
Yes.
They had the white dude move go in there like the Crenshaw somewhere. I forget where the house was. It was supposed to be like some hood, or whatever. They got this guy, white dude with his backpack coming in. Hey guys.
But Eddie Murphy agreed to do a Netflix special.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to be doing a Netflix.
Nice.
I don't know when.
Nice.
But
Netflix
apparently
making power moves, boy.
They really are. How are they making? Because you can't add money. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like Netflix is what it is every
Yeah.
month. They can raise the price.
Yeah.
But
what they do is they got to keep doing that stuff so they can not only can they keep their subscriptions, so they can keep getting more subscriptions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a common name. They got to keep having stuff. They got to have because you got to think after, and now. You know, after they were so successful, now the whole streaming world is popping now because of Netflix.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Now everybody's doing the streaming stuff. You got Amazon, you got all these people doing it.
YouTube's doing
now.
it now.
Disney took all their rights to their stuff, and now they're doing their own Disney thing now.
Yeah, they're just trying to kill us as parents.
Yeah, right. And it's now got all these different apps now instead of just turn TV on for them.
Yep.
They don't even want to watch. The kids don't even watch TV no more.
No, watch
I don't know
YouTube.
damn commercial.
Yep.
They get pissed off.
Yep.
Do your kids
I
watch?
can't skip it.
I know your kids.
My
watch
kids watch
YouTube.
YouTube though. That's all they do.
I hate YouTube
Me too.
now. Just
YouTube
because of that.
and Netflix.
Yeah, they don't even want to watch the Netflix. They just want to watch YouTube all the daggone time. I'm like, put Netflix on. At least put the Netflix on. You can watch some kind of show. You watching these stupid people do stupid stuff on YouTube all the time.
Unless it's the ordinary guys.
Unless it's the ordinary guys. But even then, nobody watches us on Netflix. But in all honesty, man, like, they really, really changed everything.
The game has changed now.
They changed everything.
The game has changed. Like and like you can't just have cable no more. But then you don't not want to have cable because
there are certain things that you want to see.
You want to have cable too. So it's like now I gotta have cable. I gotta have this app. I gotta have.
Well, when ESPN decided that they were gonna be on like the premium subscriptions,
and now they got ESPN Plus. Thing
that
now.
pissed me off a
Me
lot.
too. That really did. Especially that just my organization that I'm fighting for now just signed to ESPN, and now we want to do ESPN Plus now.
Right.
I'm like, what
They just signed with it.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, we want to do ESPN now. Everybody can't, now everybody got to subscribe to this, and everybody's dragging ass to do it because people don't really want to. Because you gotta subscribe to this, to that, and then now you'll build like everybody's trying to save money. At first, it was like, okay, yeah, I'll get these apps, and I'll just have the internet.
Now they're paying
but
$300
now it's like,
a
I
month.
gotta have this app, that app, this app, that app, this app, that app. You know what I'm saying? So watch all the stuff I want to watch. So
I mean, right now, if I had to drop, let's say I was subscribed to everything, and I can only keep one, I'm keeping Netflix. I'm dropping everything else.
Yeah, me too. That's what I have now. I have Netflix. I mean, I tried the little Amazon Prime thing for a little bit, and then I was like, nah, because they want you to pay for so much stuff. They got so much stuff. I guess it's because there's so many options.
Right, that's
probably
true.
why it is.
That's true.
And that's the only reason why I like Amazon Prime, because like even if they don't have it on their free thing, you can always buy it. You know what I'm saying?
It's through Amazon.
You always have an option to go, buy something or like subscribe to something through it and stuff. So that was pretty cool about it. But it's just not the same as Netflix. Netflix, I just get Netflix and I watch whatever.
I have Hulu and I never turn it on.
Hulu.
Me either.
Never use Hulu. I canceled that.
I got my sister-in-law's Hulu. And
It comes free if you're a Spotify member, so that's why I have it.
Gotcha. Prime, I will watch some things on Prime because I have it, and sometimes I'm like, I just feel like I'm giving Netflix too much money. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me watch something else.
Yeah, I'm about to get Prime back again, and The Boys was definitely one of the main reasons why. Because I keep hearing it's good. I love superhero stuff, comic stuff.
It's dark.
And
Dude, that Marvelous Miss Maisel was actually really funny too.
Really?
Yeah, it's about this comedian starting up in like the 40s or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's old school.
I mean, I watched all of even on the Netflix, all of the Marvel shows I've watched. I didn't watch the DC shows yet, but all of the Marvel shows I've watched. All of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, the Punisher.
Punisher was good.
Punisher was dope. Daredevil. Watch Daredevil. Daredevil season 2 is pretty much the intro to Punisher.
Okay.
Like Punisher comes on it and he pretty much steals the show. Like you just want to watch.
Ben Affleck ruined Daredevil for me.
Yeah. Oh, this is some other guy doing it.
So I wouldn't even say
just like he ruined Batman for me.
Yeah. Daredevil's blind now.
Yeah, Daredevil's a blind guy.
He was blind. Ben Affleck was blind.
Yeah.
Was he?
Daredevil's always been blind.
He was just blind and a bad actor.
Oh.
It's like twice as bad.
Hey, but yeah, but Daredevil's good. His character is a little whiny and annoying for my liking. But like I said, season 2 of Daredevil was him and the Punisher pretty much exchanging their philosophies and stuff like that. Punisher kicking ass. Daredevil kicking ass too, but sparing people. Punisher just murking you. You're dead. You're dead. Like it's like you want to be a piece of shit. You're dying. I'm killing you. Like you're a thug and you're killing people in the street. I'm going to kill you. Like you're raping people. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like no mercy. Daredevil's like, okay, I'm gonna beat the hell out of him and get him arrested and have him go through trial. And then most of the time they getting out because they got people in the government working for them and stuff. But it's cool that season 2 was like the conflict between. And then, but if you watch season, you don't have to watch Daredevil to watch the Punisher. But if you do watch the second season of Daredevil, it helps to get you into his mind state because the whole bunch of stuff happens in Daredevil, which gives you the information about him. So then what happens is after that, he stops, and he disappears for a while, and then Punisher picks up is when he gets back on the radar.
That makes sense.
Yep. It picks up when he's back on the radar.
All right, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, and that's why you saw the Punisher, right?
Oh yeah.
Karen, the blonde Karen.
Yep.
She's from Daredevil. That's where her character originated from, was Daredevil.
Okay.
And all of them tie in.
That makes a lot of sense.
Iron Fist and stuff like that. If you watch all of them, you'll see different characters from
Fist.
I
liked Iron Fist.
Iron Fist was good. It surprised me. I slept it a little bit. I slept Jessica Jones and Iron Fist. I ended up liking both of them a lot.
So I didn't watch Jessica Jones. I started watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I didn't watch that yet. I want to watch that next.
Somebody told me that they all tie into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah?
Yep, they all do.
Okay.
So
I'm definitely watching it now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look it up. You know what's weird is so I looked up the proper way to watch all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because some of them they started with Iron Man, right, and it just took off.
Oh yeah, I saw the list. There was a meme, whatever, it showed the order to watch as far as time, like
the timeline
of it.
Yeah,
so
the real time, which was cool because it had
Captain America, Captain Marvel, and then
you have to watch Captain Marvel in
the beginning, and it makes sense because if you watch Captain Marvel, you see that it's way earlier.
Yep.
And also like they had to have that so they can tie her in later on. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna look up the same thing with watching Agents of Shield and see if there's at some point where you should watch.
Refer over,
Yeah, like to a different one and then come back to it. But it's really cool, man. But it reminded me that we were talking earlier because you said you wanted to catch. You didn't watch the DC. I mean, we know Marvel's better than DC, like hands down.
That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Well,
some people it is a question.
Some people really is. It's because I don't know if it's Batman.
Now the older, Batman is the only one really that's what people.
Did they see Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad.
I have fun watching it. It was okay. It was cute.
Oh my god!
Compared to Marvel
so
movies.
Bad though.
But when they have a budget, right? They've got a good budget to make these movies, and
no writers.
But no writers, man. How
the
bad was Justice League, man?
Oh, I didn't see it yet. I wanted to watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard.
How bad was the cover for the movie for Justice League?
Yeah, the cover was ugly. But I watched Aquaman. Aquaman was okay.
Aquaman?
I haven't watched it just because I figure it's going to be another letdown.
If you go in there thinking that, it would be a good movie.
Yeah, I heard it was okay.
You won't have high expectations.
Catwoman.
You won't have high expectations, so it'd be all right. It'll be a decent movie.
Well, based on what we talked about earlier, then, right? Because we obviously know Marvel's better than DC. When you were younger, did you feel like it was a competition between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You could only like one or the other, right?
But I just like both of them.
I did like both of them.
I was a big fan of both of them.
Street Fighter 2 was my jam.
When Mortal Kombat just came out and it was so gory, it was crazy because back then, it wasn't really that gory. I mean, it is.
But there's like little
compared to
splats
now, like you play Mortal Kombat now, you're like, oh my god,
yeah.
You like feel the chills going how real it looks, like you know what I mean. But it was funny because back then we was all like, "Oh my god, it's so gory!" And I was playing it not too long ago, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, this is gory. It's pretty gory, but it's not like now the new ones, jeez." But yeah, that was always like the argument: which was better, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? And I was like, there's things from both of them I like. I mean, I can't really pick. But then later on, I believe Tekken had got into the mix of one of the best fighting games ever too.
Tekken had the best graphics.
They had the new graphics, man. They had all these different fighting styles, real fighting styles.
The characters were a little different.
They had like
right?
people. They had a Jackie Chan guy.
Yeah.
Lei Wulong was Jackie Chan. Lee was Bruce Lee. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You had people doing karate. You had people doing kung fu, like the girl.
Whatever. That's what I did like. Is that they were different styles.
Wrestler. You had a wrestler. You know what I mean? King was the wrestler.
I want to play this now.
Yeah, Tekken was the
Tekken was good.
The Capoeira, Eddie Gordo.
Yep.
He was the cheesiest character ever in any video game. You can button mash the hell with him.
I button mashed him all the time.
This button mash, he
spun around
kill everybody.
A helicopter.
And he always goes high low a lot too with the combo, so it's like hard to block which one.
Yep. So what was Street Fighter? Street Fighter was E Honda, right?
Yeah, E Honda was the hands. Yeah, E Honda. Blanco with electric.
She was funny, dude. That movie though.
Yeah.
You saw the movie with Van Damme.
Van Damme as Guile. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last time. Shit was on like not too long ago. I watched the hell out of that movie, and I was like, dude, so cheesy. Mm-hmm. By the way, on Amazon Prime, Jean-Claude Van Johnson is a fucking show that's on.
It's him.
Yeah. So it's him, but they make it look like his entire career was Jean-Claude Van Johnson pretending to be Jean-Claude Van Damme because he was really a hitman, and every movie was because he was killing somebody in the area.
Which is just as absurd as this other movie that I saw that's really coming out. Though. Have you seen the one where the guy wakes up and no one's ever heard of the Beatles?
Oh, yeah.
And he starts singing the songs.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same kind of thing, like if you pictured it differently. I mean, it's stuff like that is like.
Well, he's like nobody's heard of
Karate Kid too.
Well, he's like nobody's heard of the Beatles, so he's now like capitalizing on the fact that
he's like, I can make these songs now.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought about that, right? I was like, man, if I can go back in time or like erase something, I would. But then you think about it, the songs would be terrible. So I would go back and do like the Thriller,
like Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, like Hot Tub Time Machine.
I was thinking about coming out to that for my next fight. I was thinking about it.
But imagine Kevin and I going back in time before Michael and doing the Thriller, and people would just be like, "What?
Minus the pedophilia
is wrong with you guys? You guys are terrible."
Yeah, we try to like moonwalk and fall over or something.
That's an awesome song to come out to, by the way.
I was thinking about it. It was like it was Halloween. We fight Halloween too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it a lot. I think that's a great idea. But you
But
better.
I do want to come out to my own song too, so it's like,
That's true.
Because I didn't get it done before I left.
My favorite
So-
was Dirty Diana.
Or maybe come out to your song and then when you win, the next song would be Thriller.
Yeah, there you go. Two fights
Yep.
in one night. Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
And just come out.
Well, we've managed to cover the fights, Netflix.
We covered everything.
We just
DC
get on
Marvel.
roll with Mo.
Anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we
The
covered a lot,
the
man.
DBZ World rivals up there with the
What,
Marvel
Dragon
and
Ball
stuff.
Z?
I think.
Never
yeah.
got involved.
I used to watch the hell out of Dragon Ball
that was
Z
it.
after
I watched
school.
all the new ones. The Dragon Ball Supers that just came out. I watched all of them and the new movie.
So they're
Watch
still coming
Pokemon?
out with new
They
ones?
just did like they did it. They picked up after the Boo saga.
Okay.
Because those like GT didn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Remember, and pretty much like all of the feedback was pretty much everybody could feel kind of that because that's when Akira Toriyama, the writer, the original writer, the fans pretty much made GT
Okay.
with some of his artists.
Okay.
And then but he stepped back in, so he picked back where he left off was the end of the Boo saga, and then like it's dope.
That makes sense.
And the
I'll
graphics,
watch
just
it.
the graphics and stuff, and the animation, and with what they can do now compared to back before, because it started like in the '80s. You know what I mean? So now they have all this like the fight scenes are badass. Like it's pretty tight. Like
That's
you can
cool,
get-
man.
you can get
I've never
sucked
watched a
into it.
single minute.
But
Not any of it?
on like a power scale though, because like but the thing is like the big debate is like the Marvel characters powerless versus Dragon Ball Z. That's if you're any kind of Marvel or like an anime watcher, like you do both. Usually you're like DBZ up there because they're like destroying planets and doing those types of fighting at such high speeds that you can't even see and stuff like all that type of stuff and like sheer power reference. So they always talk about, who could win Goku or Superman? That's like always the biggest conversation, and we're always like Goku all day. And people that don't really know nothing about that much about the anime is like, hell no, it ain't be no Superman. Superman's the best.
Nobody can beat Superman.
So, like, Superman is just that, but
Kryptonite can.
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Goku put some kryptonite in Goku pocket is a wrap.
Yep.
He wouldn't do it though, cause you know how he is. Goku's he don't want to cheat. I want to fight you at your best.
Yeah, that's funny though. That's funny though. There's a lot of that. Man, I'm getting these flashbacks every day after school. Every day after school, I'd come home, get a little snack, sit on the couch, and I'd watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, bro.
Comedy
Next
Central.
time on, man, they used to drag them episodes out so much, dude.
Bro, one episode
You'd be
would
so
be like a
mad,
week.
like, cause you waiting for them to fight, and then the climax would be just getting to the climax, and then next time on Dragon Ball Z. You be so
Kevin has
mad.
no idea.
And you be there real quick after school,
Hey.
ready next time to watch it too.
I just remembered like they'd be stuck in a position.
Yeah.
I never watched, but I would
Yeah.
see clip like walking through a room
Yeah.
or something, and then
Yeah.
like the background's moving. But
Background
they're not
moving, they're just like sitting there, like
The
that's
map
Dragon.
is-
That's like Dragon Ball right there. I think
Yep.
They're like going
that's
like
Dragon
this,
Ball.
Yeah, yeah.
and
There's
it's
a lot
not
of that.
talking with their mouth.
So
That's Dragon Ball. That was
part
the
of what
first
Mo's talking about is imagine like the last 2 minutes of a playoff basketball game.
the whole
Right.
show.
And that was like one episode of Dragon Ball Z with every commercial break would be like another episode until like that's how long you had to wait for
Yeah.
the end of that,
That game,
fight.
right.
The end of that.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be brutal.
And maybe somebody just died or something, like, and then like it's the end of that episode. You really want to watch the next episode. Like one of the characters flip out, power level just goes through the roof, and then next time on Dragon Ball, he was just about to get started.
It was just
You were
about
so
to get
frustrated. You had to come. Like the cliffhangers was really good.
Yeah.
You had to watch it the next day.
nuts. All right, Mo, tell everybody where they can find you, the info on your fight, everything like that.
Check me out on Twitter at Mo Muscle, on Instagram at Mo Muscle 22. No, I think it's at Mo Muscle. It's at Mo Muscle on there too. Ain't it?
On Instagram, I think it was at Mo Muscle, the one
At
that
Mo
you
Muscle.
like and stuff from.
Yeah. At Mo Muscle. Just look up at Mo Muscle. You should be able to find me. Definitely on Twitter at Mo Muscle. No numbers. Instagram.
It's just Mo Muscle on
at
Instagram.
Mo Muscle on Instagram. So
Yep.
yeah, at Mo Muscle. You find me on Facebook, Muhammad Mo Muscle Darius, or Muhammad Darius official MMA page. And you got the MFC page on there too, Mo Muscle Fighting Championship. You can find me on all those. Next fight, October 31st, Halloween, Vegas, baby.
Vegas,
Fight
baby.
capital of the world. Your boy's about to put on a show. It's about to be fireworks again. You thought it was fireworks last fight. This is the chance to win that millie. We hungry over here. I got to get this meal. That's all I can eat, man. We out here. We trying to get it, man. More muscle, holding it down, round for round, pound for pound. In that of your town. You already know how I go down and who wear the crown. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you get a. Do you also get a belt?
Yes, you win the championship. You win the belt. The big $1 million check. We going somewhere. I don't know where yet. We going somewhere though.
Hopefully not.
Taking a flight
Disney
somewhere.
World.
You bring that belt.
Nah, I mean I'm living in Florida, so like Disney World.
You'd be like, no. You gotta send me somewhere
We gotta
else.
fly somewhere. We gotta get passports or something. We gotta go somewhere.
Yeah,
At least
send
go
me
on a cruise or something.
There you go.
There we go.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Talk
All right.
about eating an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, and then, so where's the New Year's Eve fight gonna be?
Madison Square Garden.
That's right,
Oh my
Madison
God.
Square
Yeah.
Garden.
So
That's
we
like
in
a-
Mandalay Bay in Vegas.
Mandalay Bay, bro. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Big
but
time, baby.
think about it. He can say, because you're going to make it, I played the
Sure.
Garden.
Yeah.
Right, play at the Garden. You
I
know?
played
You're
the
never
Garden.
going to be able to say that. I'm
Never.
never
I
gonna be able
played
to
at
say
the
that.
Garden.
Never.
I put on a show at the Garden. You feel me?
I walked through Mandalay
I got
Bay.
the fight at Nassau Coliseum, which was pretty cool. 'Cause
That
when,
is
I was,
cool.
when I was a kid, I used to always the WWF used to always show up there, and I used to watch it on TV. And I was like, oh, I want to be able to go there and watch it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to fight here. I get to be there on the event, so that was pretty
People
cool.
get to watch me
yeah,
fight.
you watch
there.
me fight.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This ain't no fake fighting either, which I would do because it looks fun.
Right, it
way
looks
less,
like a blast.
way less nervous.
Right.
no nerves really. I mean, maybe a little bit maybe because
Right.
there's people in front of me, but like you ain't got to worry about nobody trying to knock you out or nothing like that. So like,
Way less accidental nut kicks.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, if
much
we do
more
it, then we're
intentional
like
ones.
putting it
Much
on.
more
Yeah,
intentional.
all intentional. Flying headbutt to the groin. I seen somebody do that a couple times. Talking about the, I gotta mention this though. The most savage person ever in WWF, Mick Foley, dude. He used to just get put through the most punishment.
He did.
Mankind.
Yep.
Why
would
isn't
get-
Janet
he
down
just-
here right now?
goodness.
Bro,
He used to get slammed on thumbtacks, thrown through cages, thrown off cages. I didn't know how he survived all of this stuff. I thought he'd been died or one of these things.
always.
He's still
He was-
alive.
I always remember him falling on like the bed of tacks.
I
and
didn't
stuff
fall
like
through
that,
a cage,
nails.
through a cage roof, through a table on tacks.
Yeah.
And they did. He always did it for real. It wasn't like it was like prop tacks. Like,
Yep.
This is real tacks. He's really getting slammed through a cage, through a table, and losing and stuff. But he was getting the most attention because like who the hell? Nobody else is doing shit.
Nope.
They're like, here's your $5,000
Nope.
check, sir. That's all they would probably
Dude,
get.
he was.
Nah, he started making big money after a
Think
while.
so?
'cause
After a while, yeah.
He making,
Yep.
In the beginning, he was making chump change, but people just wanted to see so much. They want to see it so much. Like
Well, he was such a big
Everybody-
part of that attitude era.
yeah, and then they was trying to talk about how being real and stuff too. And he was the only one who was pretty much doing it for real because he was really getting slammed through. Because you know how they always did fake stuff like they get hit and they be faking it. This man would get slammed through a cage, through a table on his attacks. You ain't faking that. You ain't faking that. He's really that's really happening to him.
And then he'd take that sock from out of his
oh
underwear
man, it's so nasty.
and shove it in your mouth.
Yep.
Hey, I saw this amateur fight thing online, and it was just like on a Vine, right? Is that where it keeps looping?
Mm-hmm.
Vine
Yeah.
where it keeps looping, and the dude's like finishing move. TikTok.
Yeah.
The dude's finishing move was he grabbed his hand and he would like put it on. You grabbed your hand and you'd like put it on his junk.
Oh, yeah, and they kill you.
And he'd-
He's a Japanese guy.
I think I seen that.
He's going. The other guy's going.
I seen it.
He's like,
Whoever
Heck no.
whoever thought of that's
I
such
wish,
an idiot.
I wish a nigga would try to put my hand on his
Could you
fucking
imagine, bro? Could you
I'm pretty
imagine?
sure it was a Japanese dude.
Somebody's
Yeah, I think so,
first
yeah.
fight and he's trying to do like
Listen,
some
you
sort
want
of
to get
WWE.
on, man. You want to get on, you got to go through this first.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go through this. You gotta.
You gotta let the guy kill you with his
Yeah,
word.
every now and then you gotta touch someone's
You
dick.
can take
if you wanna.
you can take Mick Foley's sock in your mouth, or you can have this touch this guy's dick.
Wait, somebody needs to put them both together and do the sock and the killed with the wiener.
Oh yeah. No, you gotta take the wiener off the sock. Or the
Yeah.
sock off the wiener.
Yeah.
Put it in your own mouth.
All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. Thank you
It's
for
a
hanging
wrap.
out with us. I know it's a late one. Appreciate it.
Good night.
Kevin, you good?